What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Eclectic Beard Reactions. This go round we'll be looking at Parkinson, Billy Connolly, and Tom Cruise. Now, anything Billy Connolly, he's just absolutely he's hilarious. And Tom Cruise, well, he's not necessarily funny. He can make some funny stuff happen, and normally it's unintentionally. And for me, that's the funny part of things with him. So, before we go any further, like, subscribe, notification bell. Let's go ahead and get it started.
My next guest is a superstar of comedy. He's also a musician, an actor. He appeared in The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise. A talented welder and a devotee of the fast-growing pastime of bungee jumping in the nude. Ladies and gentlemen, ever windswept, endlessly interesting, Billy Connolly!
Isn't he nice?
Oh, he's nice, isn't he? Yeah,
He's nice. He's my chum. He's my very pal.
Yes.
I tell you, we went to Japan to do the samurai, and I just arrived. I was in the hotel. I was telling him earlier, and I was watching the news on Japanese television, and I wasn't making much of it, you know. It was very interesting, you know. It's because all over the world, newsmen sound like newsmen, but even you don't know what they're talking about. And the same as disc jockeys. You know, if you're in Afghanistan and you hear a disc jockey, you don't understand the language, but you know he's talking crap, you know. Hey, that's right, you know. But I was watching it. I'm sorry.
He got Tom Cruise tickled.
He was like shooting with him. I always have to stay in character, make sure you know what he's going to say.
I was watching the news, and of course, they led up to this thing that we're going to talk about, which was him. But I didn't know, you know, because it was Japanese. And a white aeroplane came on the screen, like from the front, you know, coming on the screen, this white, and the door opened, and he looked out and smiled, and the hair flopped like that, and I thought, Jesus, I fancy him myself. That thing, and they'll ting. And his mother's the same. This is my mother. Ting. The whole family. You know.
But, I mean,
boys used to come and practice kissing on me.
oh, did they?
Oh, the local guys. Hey, Bill, come here.
What the Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, hell, he's a hoot. He's a hoot.
Do you know what guys said to me? Wait, I tell you this. You say people talk to you and you like them. People talk to me, I hate them. It's okay, you're a beautiful kind of guy. I'm always like this. You know, my father said I was like a tramp looking out of a hayloft.
A tramp looking out of a hayloft? Oh, my God. Jesus Christ, dude. Oh. I can only imagine just hanging around him and just all the craziness that it just seems to just fall out.
To Hammersmith Odeon, as I will be soon again. And I was in the because I stride with such ease through the theatre district. Michael knows this. I was in the elevator. This is the truth as I sit here. I'm in the elevator. I've got all ready for the gig. I'm in the elevator feeling, well, you look the best you can now, Bill. Let's go for it. Because even big, fat, ugly people, there's a point when they're getting ready to go. Right. You know what I mean?
He's drawing snorts out of them up there on that stage. Oh my God.
There's the guys that do that thing, you know. And so I'm the best I can be, and I'm in the elevator feeling, you know, windswept and interesting.
Windswept.
And the women are very attractive, kind of middle-aged. I don't like saying middle-aged, because when you tell somebody they're middle-aged, if they're in the middle, you're presuming you know where the end is. And I kind of don't like that. But she was a very attractive American woman, kind of maybe 40-ish, around there. Although I can't very well tell what people are anymore at their ages. But she was standing there, and I went, hello. You know that elevator behaviour? Although my very favourite is to stand behind people and go. And then lick the back of their necks. But I was... you might not believe that this is the absolute shit. So people have nerve that you're glad you don't have in your tooth, you know what I mean? She's standing there, and I went, hello, how you doing? She said, just fine. And there was a wee silence, and then she says, bad hair day. I said, no. Fat ass dick.
Fat ass dick? Oh my God.
Let's now try and conduct a conversation. So.
We talk all the time.
We do. No, I'm an audience, Billy. That's what I am.
You've talked to me before.
It's funny how the host is like, and I'm an audience. So he apparently he's like everybody else. He's just, once he starts, you're just enthralled and want to listen. It's hard. I'm sure it's hard to take and conduct an interview with him probably sometimes, just because you want to hear what's coming next.
Talked of many things.
Well, my word, we have indeed. What I'm interested in now, of course, is sharing your experience as a film star, as you are.
As a film star.
As
a legend of the silver screen.
Yes.
Now, was it an enjoyable experience working with Mr. Cruise and vice versa?
It was an absolute delight.
Was it?
I loved
an
it.
Absolute delight. We both
We
remember, we did a scene. We were in a Japanese restaurant. Well, it wasn't like a modern one. This is supposed to be back at the turn of the century, or, you know, the Civil War time. And the Japanese are making a meal for us. It's all pretty weird-looking stuff. And I thought, I'll have a go at the wasabi and see what happens, you know. So I took a big lump of that. You know that green mustard that blow your ass off? So
And then we had to match it, so we had to eat it in every take.
That's so. Then the director says, "Oh, that's great. Keep it in." Take 12 going on. What a rock now. So he joins in.
Yeah. I felt bad for you.
Yeah, because he's a fantastic guy. But I'm like, and then they cut it out.
They cut it, we cut it out. I was like that discussion with Ed Zwick going, who's going to tell Billy? I mean, literally, I was worried. We had a medic on set worried about, we was going, who's going to tell Billy? We got to tell him that he's eating all that wasabi.
He introduced me to Steven Spielberg when I was asleep.
Come here, Stephen, I want you to meet Billy.
I was in a rickshaw sleeping.
They got rid of you very early in the film, didn't they? I mean, you're about sort of...
Well, this is the way my career has
What's
gone.
wrong to Mr. Cruise?
I die rather a lot.
No, you were written in the whole picture, but we couldn't get any shooting done because the stuff's coming out. I mean, literally, you could see takes where everyone's saying, okay, Billy's going to do something, and we don't know what's going to happen. So
let's be reminded, shall we, of you in The Last Samurai, because this is one of those moments we're talking about, I think.
Yes, those intimate
Tom,
moments.
those moments.
It'll bring back memories of Dustin Hoffman to you, I think.
We are not here as combatants. Then who's going to lead these men? They're on officers, for Christ's sake. Let's move to the rear. We'll be there presently. 6 minutes! 6 minutes! Again! Mr. Graham, you accompany me to the rear. Get close. Sergeant Gant, report to the rear. Let's see to the disposition of the supply trains. Sergeant Gant, did you hear my order?
I did indeed, sir.
Good, then you will obey it.
Now! No disrespect intended, sir, but shove it up your ass.
It's been a while since I've actually watched that movie. The Last Samurai it's not a half bad movie, but, man, it's been, I think I've only watched it once. Back when Tom Cruise was a lot more bankable and did a lot more stuff than just Mission Impossible, I think.
Okay, we felt so lucky to have Billy in the picture.
I mean, Tough Guys, I was talking with Tom about that. You played one or two Tough Guys, haven't you?
I have indeed. I love it. I love playing bad. See, people think there's something odd about you when you say that, but good guys tend to be boring on the screen. You know, not in real life. They tend to be very nice in real life, but on the screen, you know, you've got a nice beige cardigan and you're nice to your family and you take your dog for a walk, you know. And you make love to your wife on a Friday night and life's rather jolly.
What about leading ladies as well? Because you've had one or two spectacular. Sharon Stone, of course.
Sharon Stone, yeah. I did a film called Beautiful Joe with Sharon Stone, and she's very nice. And, no, she is. She's a darling. And a credit to the motion picture industry. Yeah. The bit I liked best, we had to go to bed. But by that time we weren't talking to one another. And the director said, "Is this going to be difficult for you? You know, you're going to bed with a woman you're not talking to." And I said, "I've been married for 22 years. I've been to bed with people I don't know." It was absolutely great. But the main thing I wanted from it was for my old welder pals to see me getting into bed with Sharon Stone. Yes! Home run! You know, I love it.
And you've also been starring with a snake, haven't you?
Yes, I did a film with Jim Carrey, Lemony Snicket, and a series of unfortunate events. And I'm a snake handler, a snake expert, a herpetologist. First I thought it was a guy with herpes, and I thought, oh, God, I've got a scabby face for the whole movie. But I die again.
What the fuck? Oh my God, this dude. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Of course, Jim Carrey kills me in it. I die in a Muppet movie, for God's sake. I think I might be the only one. But it was brilliant, and I had a python round my neck for most of the film, or most of my part of the film. And it was an albino python. It's kind of yellow, and it was a beauty. And it was maybe like 8 feet long, so I had 4 feet of it dangling down it. But it fancied me. I swear, it was a female snake. But it used to moan in my ear. It would come up and go. And then it took to going, oh. What is going on? Then it would go up in here, you know, and come around. And then it went in my pocket one day. We're doing a scene and I'm talking to Jim Carrey. The snake is in my pocket. There's scenes like that, you know. So what are we going to do about this? Life can be so funny, don't you think?
What about the going back on stage? Because you're here to do some stand-up. 3 weeks.
Yes.
In a couple of weeks' time. Why bother with stand-up now? I mean, you've got a successful career.
Let me tell you exactly why.
Oh, go on.
I'm broke. No, my wife has just...
You know, I mean, hasn't the sort of acting sort of overtaken all that now, in a sense?
No, I do it because that is basically who I am. I like doing films, and I like trying to do it well, and it's a joyous thing to do. And it's a completely different discipline. I even like drawing things, I like writing stuff, I like fishing, I like all sorts of gear. But a comedian is what I am. I wanted to do it since I was about 10 or something. I saw Jimmy Logan and guys like that, and I thought, oh my God, I'd love to Chick Murray, you know.
It's vocational.
It's kind of vocational. You can't not do it.
Yes.
You know, you just get on. It's not like acting. Yes. Guys want to be actors for all sorts of reasons. I would assume mostly to get laid, you know. It's like guitarists, you know. Guitarists do it to get laid. Banjo players do it for other reasons, you know. You know, you never hear, oh, she's shagging the banjo player. It's, you know, that's a blum, 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 blum. Hello. What's your sign? Exit. Goodbye. So, I like life. I think life's good. You know, it's just like one of those things.
So what a thing for you to be able, you know, it's just, I mean, working on the set with you, you really give joy to people. I mean, yes. I'm telling you, the crew and people love you. You just make them laugh, and it's also insight, and it's.
But you know, the alternative isn't so good. You know, get around morning asking for things. Get me I want a giraffe. You know, take the air out of the tires in my caravan. I feel too high. Get me some cocaine. I want a 10-year-old Hindu boy. Blow my nose. Somebody have a piss for me.
Looky there, he's taken and tried to expose the pedophile ring in Hollywood, fucking 2004. See that kind of conspiracy stuff goes way back. You hear him, Hindu boy. Anyways, I digress.
Well, listen, we're going to break it there because we're going to bring on in just a moment. Well, we're going to talk some more actually when we come back, but then we're going to bring on Kelly Holmes. Now, did you in fact watch the Olympics? Actually?
I did. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Olympics.
You're not?
No.
Well, Kelly would be delighted to hear that.
You're not a fan of the Olympics.
No, it looks like Nuremberg to me. Here come the girl, and here's the Fijians. We can jump higher than you. I don't. It's not how to behave. And floor exercises for men. Give me a break. Get a grip. Synchronized diving. Piss off. What's next?
Billy Connolly, thank you very much indeed. Billy Connolly.
There we have it. Parkinson, Billy Connolly, Tom Cruise, parts 1 and 2. It was tongue-in-cheek with what I said about Hindu boy and the whole Hollywood. Nobody take offense, and if you do, oh well. It's a joke, you know. Ha ha, chuckle, chuckle. He is always just it's always a joy to take and watch anything that he's done. He is a hoot. He's absolutely hilarious. And just the stories that he tells, it's hard not to take and get enthralled in him. It's hard to take, for me as a reactor, to actually push that pause button so I can take and make some kind of commentary on it to take and meet the fair use standard. It really is. Why is my... Anyways. My camera got off course, man. It's such a joy to watch anything that he's done. He's absolutely hilarious. He's one of the funniest people I think I've ever watched. And he's the ultimate storyteller. It's just no two ways about it. This is another example of why, because he told 4 or 5 different little short burst stories, and he had them up there on stage, and myself as well, just giggling, just laughing, because you can't help it. You can't help it. And for me, it's like the consummate comedian, because it's just natural. So I've got a request for Wildebeest, and I'll take a look at that. This is something I've been wanting to look at for a bit. Y'all be good to each other. Love yourselves. Peace.